wet-based, liquid-based kind of deal going on today, and just some light chat throughout. So please get comfortable and relax, and let's start the video. Okay, well, don't tell me I broke a thing, but yeah, I really like these. It made me think of like a sauna or something. I've never been in a sauna, so, but that makes me think of that, or like that one thing where you go. Have you ever seen that in like a TV show where they go and they get like that hot rock pit on them, like multiple places? Just sounds nice and soothing. But how are you doing today? How are you feeling? Let me know. I've had food on the brain a lot lately. Been watching plenty of mukbangs. I saw this one mukbang short, and it just looked so freaking good. He was eating a place called Canva. I don't know nothing about it. And then after I watched this short like 15,000 times, I didn't even Google it. I didn't do that, but it looks so good. It just looks so freaking good, y'all. And so now that's one of the places I want to eat at. We almost certainly don't have one around here. Another place I'd love to eat at is Bojangles. We don't have one of those in the state at all, so won't be getting that either. Or do we? We might have one in the state, but it might be just hours and hours and hours away. So it might as well not be here, you know what I mean? But, yeah. I'd love to go there and eat. I just saw a mukbang, and it looked good. Also, what was it? What's the other one I'm really wanting to have? Oh, I would love to have like Dave's hot chicken. That looks so good. And I'm a lightweight when it comes to spice, so I have no business wanting to go there. But it looks so good. It's kind of well, it's not in the same vein as Wingstop, but I don't have that here either. And I would love to have Wingstop. That one year, everyone was getting like the garlic parmesan, and they were getting like these, what were those fries they were getting all the time? They looked so freaking good. I was like, God, I wish I had a Wingstop here. No, we don't have anything. We got 15,000 McDonald's, 15,000 Wendy's, a couple Taco Bells, we got a White Castle, we got Burger King, we've got Arby's, which actually they're opening up a second Arby's, which I'm genuinely like shook up. I'm like, why? Like, why? Is the demand that much? Because seriously, I'm a little. Anyway, so yeah, they're building a new Arby's. My favorite Chinese place recently went under, and I'm just so devastated about that because they had the best crab Wei-kun in the universe. It's truly the best. They also have really great sesame chicken, which is my favorite dish. And yeah, it's just didn't say like improve the roads, okay? Get rid of that one decrepit building now. People were like, we want Chick-fil-A. Bring that, okay? And so finally, it's like, it's so weird because that demand has kind of always been there. We used to have one, and then we didn't have one. And the demand seems to have always been there. And I've always been confused why we didn't get one. But I would assume that it has a lot to do with politics. So, which is BS, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Let me know what you think of the sound of these mistas. Are you dead? Are you dead? I think you are. Wait a minute, no, that can't be right. I literally just charged you. Like literally right before the video, I had you on the charger for a little while. It's like, no way you died. There's no way. I didn't watch you die in like 2 seconds. So yeah, how have your dreams been lately? What was this dream I had the other day? It was so weird. It was twofold. One involved my friends, and it was just weird because I can't really remember the premise of it. But it was me, 2 of my friends, his mom, and somebody else. It might have been like his brother. And I don't remember the plot of this dream at all. It was just weird because at the end, my friend's wife, another friend of mine, she randomly had one of these like ice plunge like machine things. You know what I mean? It kind of looked like a little thing, and that you just get in. But it was like a 2-person one, so she was like, "Oh hey, you can take the plunge too." And she was sitting in there like very nonchalant, even though they were supposed to be like ice cold. And I was just kind of like, "Well, this is random, but sure." And then my dream turned into something else. But I had another bizarre dream. All my dreams are bizarre. I was watching infographics the other day on the YouTube, and it was saying that like a lot of your dreams are like fears manifested or something like that. And also like when you have bad dreams or scary dreams, it's due to like stress. And I'm thinking horror dreams have been like my dreams consistently for like the last 7 years. So like what does that mean? I mean, I guess it's pretty obvious, but still, it's kind of crazy because it's like I'd rather not dream, but I always dream, and it's always something crazy. Sometimes it's worse than others, but alright. As much as I like these, I think we focused on them long enough. But, yeah, like, I have a lot of, like, post-apocalyptic dreams, or, like, the end of the world dreams, or, you know, zombie apocalypse dreams. I'll never get over that weird dream where I was being chased by a bear. And that's probably my fault, because I had, around that time, I feel like I had just learned a lot about, like, bear attacks, and just, like, the awful, there are few things worse than a bear attack, honestly. And I was like, I learned so much they sound like the old neighbors. I'm so confused by that. Not to mention the dog. Damn. Put the dogs in the house. How's that sound? Go ahead and do that. Anyways, what was I saying? What was I saying, y'all? We're talking about dreams still and bears. Oh yeah, and just they're terrible. And honestly, bears don't have they don't have a natural, but there's nothing above them on the food chain, really. Like, they're truly apex unless they get into the water. You know what I mean? And then they can easily be taken down by like a croc or a shark. You know what I mean? But yeah, the regions where a bear is, there really aren't those particular animals, which is crazy. But they're so overpowered. It's like, why do those things exist? They don't make any sense. They're so overpowered. It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyways, let's stop talking about bears and let's end these two triggers. So this next trigger is we're going to be using our sprayers, and we're just going to spray it up in the air and let those mist. God, what is that popping I'm hearing? Almost like I bumped into something. Interesting. And let it come down, and it should make a nice crispy sound onto the plastic. Let's find out. Oh, it's the plastic. So really, I want this to be higher up. Yeah, I do like that. See, so what I've seen is that people have those much better spray bottles that really do, like, they mist. These are regular spray bottles, but they have like the actual mist bottles that shoot out like a mist. Not like, obviously not like those where it's like a literal mist, but the water mists out. Lady, cut me a break. Cut me a break. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, and I'm probably gonna get one of those or two. Yeah, because it isn't as satisfying because you just don't get the amount. Though I do like the sound. Let me know what you think. This kind of flopped, but maybe it'd be better if I just go faster. But it's saturating the mic a little too much, even with the bag over it, so I don't know. It's kind of a major bummer. Maybe if I know, because I'll be getting. So now I've learned, because I think this is the second time I've tried doing this. I didn't like it the first time either. So it's the bottles. It's the bottles. So that's a thing. That's too bad. actually looks really neat. I wish you could see how neat the little bubblies on top of this thing look. And of course my neighbors are just out there having a nice little conversation. We're done with the misters. That just was a little bit of a disappointment. But we're just gonna have to wait till we get the spray bottles that we need. So we'll move on. Now, unfortunately, my neighbors are still having a bit of a jamboree out there or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what their deal is for. Just having like weird conversations, like on the back porch, outside of the house, especially at the side of the house. Like, what are you doing? That's so odd. It's almost like you want. We've got our snow globes back. There are fewer triggers. Just like, how did I do that before? I figured out there are fewer triggers out there that this isn't going to work with this ring. Well, I said I wanted to get you on there nice and fit, but at what cost? A little eyeball, y'all. But there are fewer triggers that I've bought that I was just immensely excited to get and kind of underwhelmed with in the end. So interesting. I still love them though, but they just don't really give the way I wanted them to give. And I think I need a different size, but it's hard to find different sizes. This is like the standard size. But I've seen like giant ones, and I've seen them in videos, particularly I think the ASMR Zeitgeist. And JoJo might have used them once, but I have no idea where they've gotten those from. I've Googled, but I can't find it. I say that now, but I'll give it another look today. And see. But I do like the sound. It's just they're a bit more subtle than I'd like them to be, you know? Especially if my gain's not particularly high, which it's pretty low at the moment. It might be at the very, no, I think who cares? But yeah. It used to be hard to figure out how to get them to make the dang sound, but I figured out the formula. I figured out the secret formula. We've got to train. Because of course. So I'm always so afraid that I'm going to break these. I keep them in their box. I'm not sure what I did with their little nubs that you hold them with, like if you're actually going to use them and put them in the freezer. There's these little things that go around it so you don't be like freezing your fingers. I'm pretty sure I used them once as a trigger and I was like, oh, I like these. So I was like, I took it, but now I know I've seen one. I don't know where the second one went though. It's crazy how that happens, isn't it? Right in your own homestead, you just lose something. I was like, where did it go? It just vanished into the ether, and that kind of strange. Isn't it? Okay. No, bubble. I don't like that. See, why are you being difficult? To be fair, I did have you in the middle before. See, that's weird. You have to be in the middle, and then this one can be between these two. Isn't that odd? a slight fruity flavor that's just messed up to me. Totally messed up. I need like what do you call it? We call it flavored water. When it's basically like a pop, right? But it's clear and it's got some crazy flavor like peach mango or watermelon pineapple. And first of all, why don't the major companies release flavors like that? I mean, I guess every now and then they'll change it up because I'm pretty sure there was a Pepsi mango, but I only saw that at Little Caesars, so I never had that. And I actually really want to have back on food. I actually really want to have a Little Caesars pizza, but I want the pizza with the stuffed crust. And what was it the last time I went? Oh, no. I want the stuffed crust with pepperoni in it as well. Because they changed the crust for that one. It's like an herb seasoning on top. That's the one I want. I want that with like extra cheese and pepperoni and sausage. That's what I want. It's like a $20 pizza, which is crazy. That's what I want. I won't be getting it, but that's what I want. That's what I want. I also want a Chipotle burrito. I want like some really good fries. Like it doesn't really matter where. Just I want like a large fry from someplace with like a nice amount of salt on it. Cause sometimes like if you go to McDonald's, it's like they don't put salt on there at all. Like give me some salt, please. Just bring that on there. But like we have a place here called Penn Station. They have fries that are kind of similar to like Five Guys fries. Have you ever had them? And I love them. And they give you a nice little helping of those fries too. To go with their really delicious, expensive subs. But yeah. So I want a really good Chipotle, and I want it with like my Takis specifically. I want Chipotle and Takis together. Or maybe Chipotle and Flamin' Hots. That sounds good too. Let's see, what else am I craving? Somehow it says we're down to 2 gigabytes. I would love to know how, because I'm gonna have to delete CapCut. I'll have to delete YouTube Studio and probably regular YouTube again because they're cached out. They probably have like 70 gigabytes of cache that they won't allow me to manually delete. So I'm going to have to delete the apps and do it. It's so stupid. That's why one of the reasons I just hate iOS. I love it, but I hate it. Like, this is just so stupid. After all this time, I still can't. This is an iPhone 10, and so it's on iOS 15 or 16. I don't know what else. But I know there's a new one out, and my phone isn't supported on it. So maybe they changed some things. I highly doubt it. But I'm just so sick of having to delete a whole app and put it back on the phone just to get it. My memory back. So, because I showed up deleted a whole lot of my files the other day to make sure I didn't have this particular issue. So, here we are. So, let's go ahead and wrap this up. We've got our liquid sounds in. I hope you enjoyed some. Videos. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Let me know if you did. Is there something about when you like watching how someone do liquid videos? It kind of makes the liquid just seem so good. You know what I mean? Like you almost want to drink it. It's kind of like that in TV too. Like they get a drink of water, and that water is like the most refreshing water in like the universe. That's just me. Is that just me? Let me know in the comments below. But we're gonna go ahead and call it because now we're down to 1.3. We're going down by the second, so thank you very much for watching my video and listening to me chat about random food things, and I forget what that other thing I discussed was. But thank you you so much for watching. Please go ahead and do me a big favor and like the video. If you're new here and like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. But also, if you hate what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe anyway also. And comment. And hype me up, baby. Hype me up. You know what's crazy is I can't figure out how to find the mentions on that. Like analytics, I have no way of knowing what's been hyped and what isn't. It tells me like in the weekly recap. That's how I found out about it in the first place. It came up in like a weekly recap where it tells me like how things performed for the week, and it was like, oh, and you got like 2 hypes or something like that. I'm like, what is that? What does that mean? And I can't go and find out where the hypes are at. How to find out what's been hyped, what isn't hyped. I don't know. So YouTube, let's work on that, please. Does that say we're down to 1 point? Wait, that didn't make any sense. How are you at 1.3? Now we're at 1.4. Whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so I don't know. But go ahead and hype it up.